I hope somebody starts it right at the beginning and sees that.
Hi, are you the coach for Lakeholm or are you the coach for Chillicothe?
I am in the wrong room.
You are
I'm the coach for Willow Lake. Hold on.
Okay, well, we need to find out where you need to go.
I must have clicked the wrong link on our schedule. I'm probably in here next.
That's perfectly fine. Happens even when we're not online.
Yep.
So other people are running behind too. Hey.
Ah, people are coming. All right, this is Lakeholm, right? And we are in round 4, room G.
Yeah,
All right, who's the coach here?
I am. I'm also.
Okay, can you put a coach in front of your name so that I can identify you that way?
I'm a quizzer.
Oh, you're a quizzer
I'm
and a coach.
acting
Okay,
as
so
coach
let's go.
because our coach can't be here.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's
Okay.
totally cool.
Since you are the coach, if you would in the chat privately message my scorekeeper and myself your lineup. My scorekeeper
Can I
is
just
Matt.
Tell everyone, send it to everyone, and you just get off of that. Do I have to send it privately?
No, you don't. Just send it to everybody.
I mean, I've been asked to do it privately just to.
If you don't care, it doesn't matter.
But if you don't care that everyone knows your lineup, I mean, no one's here yet though. That doesn't really matter. So, I don't know.
The chat history exists for everybody, even if they join later.
It's supposed to preserve the integrity of your privacy with your lineup so the other team can't strategically place their quizzers.
I don't. It's a Zoom call.
It's a very old rule with the competitive thing in mind.
Yeah.
Like if this was like a national level quiz and you're like, oh, I want to put my verse person on the verse person seat, that type of thing. But
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I will be the captain. This time Dallas will be co-captain.
okay.
And we have Felix that's gonna come in.
Okay. I think I'm going. I just want to double check.
Okay, I had a question, Dallas. So on the last question, on the 20th question, did you see my number come up before Xana's?
What?
Because I hit enter and it came up 1.
Yeah. Yours did come up first, but it went to them.
Of course it did. Of course it did.
Are we having trouble with our buzzers?
No, I just have kind of slow internet, so I have to jump on the first word.
Yeah, I'm like,
Because
that's like the biggest thing is like, oh, it's like a Wi-Fi privilege or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this is why I love in-person people, because I have a really good jump.
Yeah.
My mom's computer has so slow internet. Like, we can't even do our piano lesson on our computer because it just won't handle it. For some reason, it does every other Zoom call, but not the piano one. And I'm like, okay, but it has super slow internet, so I have to jump on the first word or I don't get it first. I haven't been jumping because I can't get it in. And I'm not one of those people that can jump on the first word because I'm not comfortable with like who. I'm like, because I actually, wasn't the quiz 1 through 11?
Don't ask me, but I think I have 12 on here, so I think it's 1 through
It's
12.
1 through 12? Yeah, I got the information that it was 1 through 11. So I haven't looked at 12 at all, so I don't know the scripture like the back of my hand.
Well, last time it was 1 through 11. This time it's 1 through 12.
Of course it is. I also just came from a
Yeah, and
basketball
12 is one of those really long chapters with like 50 verses. I don't think when I quizzed Matthew 8 years ago, I don't think I even attempted to memorize anything beyond the first like section of 12. Yeah, like I'm looking at it and I don't even remember it. And I was a national quizzer on Matthew, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where are you guys from? Where's Lakeholm?
Mount
Vernon,
Ohio.
I am one of Heather DeLallo's best friends. So I don't know if that name is still relevant in Ohio or not, but.
I've heard the name. I don't quite remember who it is.
I don't.
We both graduated the same year, and it's like we quizzed like 5 years ago. So it's getting to the point where literally 0 people know who we are, and it's kind of sad.
Oh.
Because we were the type of people that everyone knew, and now we're not.
That's how it is. Okay, so it's really funny. So this quizmaster, have you met Mr. Todd Goley?
Who?
Mr. Todd Goley.
Does not sound familiar.
Okay, well, he's a really nice guy. He's a quizmaster. Anyway, so I come into like a district quiz. Like, it's the first time I've ever met him. I don't know him at all. I know his name is Mr. Todd Goley, and that's it. Anyway, he's getting the lineup. I say my name is Ashlyn Scott, and he just looks up at me. And he looks at me closely. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? And he's like, your name is Ashlyn Scott. And I was like, yes. And he's like, are you by any way related to Jeffrey Scott? And I was like, he's my dad. And he was like, no way. He just goes on a tangent about how my dad and him just like were always like huge rivals, head to head. Every single quiz they were together, they would do the like seats strategic thing. They were like so like into it, and he was like, "Tell your dad I said hi," and he just, yeah, it was like I was just like, it was like one of those weird moments where I'm suddenly kind of famous in this guy's eyes.
See, I was the first of my family to
I'm
quiz.
now his favorite quizzer.
I was the first of my family to quiz. And so my sister is the one who gets that. Like when she first started quizzing, she's like, they're like, "Are you Tabitha's sister?" And she's like, "Yes." Well, now the weird part is now that I'm a quiz master, we look a lot alike. And so her quizzing friends will walk into my room and then ask me if I'm Sarah's sister. And that's been a weird thing.
Wow.
Because she's well known as well. She's been to nationals every year. She's quizzed a full year, except of course last year because there was no nationals last year.
Don't talk about it.
What, Heather?
I said don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Oh yeah, this is Heather. She's Heather Pine now. She got married and got a baby, but this is one of my best friends in quizzing. She quizzed for Lima, and we were the rivals. I never beat her. Huh? What?
I beat you.
I only beat you like once in my life.
That's
All right.
fine.
One quiz that mattered.
I am beginning to question if Felix is gonna get here because this was supposed to start at
Well, no one is here right now except like.
Oh, that's true.
Still waiting on.
No, forfeit, we win. Forfeit, we win.
No, they're about to finish up. I just came from the room that they were in, actually.
Yeah.
No, what should happen is they took too long, so they forfeit and we get all the points
That's
possible.
what I said. That's what I said. Like, how many points are possible in a quiz, including, third person, fourth person, 1.3 because we only have 3 right now. Bonuses.
400, is it like 500 points are possible or something like that?
It's not
Well,
bad.
just to start, each of us, 3 can each get 80 points.
90.
Plus,
90 if we quiz out without error.
yeah, 90.
Plus a
Each get
third person
90.
bonus, which would be 10
You get
points.
360
100.
plus 30. No, plus 20. No, 370 points. Possible for you guys?
All right, so just give us 370
All
points,
right, you'd leave the
and we'll
first.
move on. How about that? We'll strike a deal.
Yeah, sure.
What's your favorite candy? I'll send it
Kit
to you.
Kats.
I don't have that.
Well,
sorry.
I'm sorry, no deal.
I ate them all from Halloween. I got like a ton because they're my favorite too. And I may or may not have eaten them all.
So I've actually eaten too much candy today though, because I'm a teacher and I give out candy regularly in my class. So I have like this whole bucket of candy. And
And you
we
snitch your own
went
candy?
virtual. We went virtual last week, and now I have this huge bucket of candy that no one's going to be eating. So I've been eating candy way too much because I've been in my classroom alone.
No worries.
Well, I can get you Kit Kats. Just where do you live? I'd probably need to mail them.
Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh wow.
Well, that doesn't exactly say where. I can just send it to the state Supreme Court.
Bloomington.
All right, we
Indiana.
have Chogan Coach. I'm admitting other people. Is Felix going to come, Ashlyn?
I
He should be.
hope so. I don't know if he is. He should. I'm kind of concerned. But I don't have his number. Do you have his number, Dallas?
Nope, I don't even have a phone, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Does your grandma have his number?
Yeah, but I'd have to go. We have to walk back to the house.
You're not at your house?
No, I'm in my barn.
Okay.
What?
Can the coach of Ashlyn,
Finished barn.
we have to start this round pretty quickly, so we need
Okay.
your conversation to
Fine.
kind of stop. Thank you. So can the coach of who's I don't even know who this room is. Chogan, give
What?
me the lineup. They say Chogan in
Are
front
you
of their
saying
name.
you're saying that's what the acronym is?
Hey, it's Chillicothe and Logan.
Chillicothe and Logan, so we're going with Chogan.
Yeah.
Can we get a lineup sent to my scorekeeper and myself?
Okay.
Tabitha, are you good? I just wanted to check in and make sure you were good.
Thanks, Heather.
All right.
Bye, Kaya.
She's asleep.
Okay. Did you get it?
Nope.
Oh, you only sent it to me. Okay.
That's-
Who's the scorekeeper? Oh, Matt. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the same room, so it's not a huge deal, but thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to write this down so that I have it right in front of me. That's yours. So, okay. So I'm going to start assigning numbers here in a second. So if everyone would please get their camera on so that I know they are present and listening, so I don't have to repeat myself, that would be amazing. Thank you, Levi. Thank you, Dallas. Waiting on Izzy. Thank you, Izzy. And Navia. Is it Navia? I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong.
It's probably Nevea.
No, it's Nevea.
Or-
Okay.
It could be others. It could be others too.
All right. So I'm going to assign numbers. On seat number 1, we have Ashlyn. On seat number 2, we have Dallas. On seat number 3, we have Brianna, Brianna. And then seat number 4, if he shows up, is Felix, correct? Okay. I'm not sure what the protocol is if he doesn't show up. If he shows up in the middle of the round, I think you have to take a timeout to add him in.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would say. One on seat number 6 on the side of Chogan, we have Nevea. Seat number 7 is Levi. Number 8 is Evan, and number 9 is Izzy. Okay. So for a seat check, I'm gonna have you in the chat just, respond with your number when I call your name. Looks like someone is here. Ashlyn. Okay, Dallas. Brianna. Felix. Not here. Nevea. Nevea. Responding in the chat with your number. Did she drop out? Or he drop out? I think they accidentally dropped out. No, wait. I need whoever. Nevea. Not corresponding currently.
Her computer turned off, so she's trying to get back on.
Okay. So let's go with Levi. Respond with your number, please. Okay, thank you. Evan. Izzy. All right. So I'm gonna go through a couple of my norms in my room. And Nevea's in. Okay. As far as bleeding goes, it'll happen. As far as jumping goes, I will go with the first number that I see on my chat. So I know Wi-Fi might be a little bit tricky, but that's the only way that we can be as even and equal as possible. As far as timeouts, score, substitutions, and challenges go, that's same across the board. As far as completing the question goes, I will tell you to complete it. And I will tell you to give me answer only. That is something that I do. And if I ever need more from you, I will lean forward. So if you are not clarifying your pronouns, if you are not giving me everything I need for me to count you correct, I will lean forward. Nevea, your number is 6. Yes, thank you, Matt. All right, are there any questions that I can answer from anyone before we begin? Okay.
Wait, will Matt be the one who keeps score and time?
Yes, Matt is actually in the same room as me, so he will, we are in the same room. This is my boyfriend. But so he's keeping time. He is verbally telling me I can see the time. So, and he will take score check. So if he talks, you can hear him through my mic. Thank you for asking. Okay. Question number 1. is the situation question. Question number 1. Question. Situation question. Who said it and to whom? Produce fruit in keeping with Dallas, please finish.
Okay. Repentance. Repentance.
10 seconds.
Sorry, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Well, I didn't mean
Okay.
So Levi gets the bonus.
So Levi, it's your bonus. Your bonus question is situation question. Who said it and to whom? Produce fruit in keeping with repentance.
Jesus to his disciples.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. It's John the Baptist said it to many of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Okay. Question 2. 2 is general. Question number 2. Question. How are they ferocious wolves? Shogun. Levi, I'm sorry.
Underneath. Like deep down, maybe. Beneath, like the sheep's skin.
Time. Inwardly, it was the correct answer, and I'm going to say that is correct. Question 3 is general. Question number 3. Question. Who replied, "Let it be so now"? It is Dallas. Finish.
You're muted.
You're
still
muted.
muted.
it is proper for us to do this to fulfill all righteousness. Jesus.
That's correct. All right. Question 4. 4 is an according to. Question number 4. Question. According to Matthew chapter 2, verse 2, what did we see? Dallas.
The star. When it rose.
Time. That's correct. Question 5. 5 is general. Question number 5. Question. Who would have repented long ago in Dallas? Finish.
In sackcloth and ashes. Tyre and Sidon. The people in Tyre and Sidon.
I'm sorry. That's time, and that's incorrect. So that's a bonus to Levi. Your bonus question is, who would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes if the miracles that were performed in Chorazin and Bethsaida had been performed in them?
Tyre and Sidon.
That's correct. So you just needed to finish the entire question, Dallas. Question 6. 6 is the verse. Question number 6. Question. Finish this verse. He replied, you, Brianna, please finish.
He replied, "You of little faith, Why are you so afraid? Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm.
That is correct. Good job.
Score,
Oh, yeah, go
score
ahead.
check is Lakeholm has 60, Chogan has 30.
Coaches agree? Did Ashlyn drop out? No, she's right there. She's just covered by my chat. I just completely forgot that you existed over there.
I was like, no, I'm still here.
No, I'm sorry. So I'm used to Google Meet setups and they only allow 9 people to be shown at a time, so I'm just weird. All right. Question 7 is general. Question number 7. Question. Against whom have I come to turn a man? Levi.
Against his father.
That's correct. Question 8. 8 isn't according to. Question number 8. Question. According to Matthew chapter 9, verse 10, who came? Time. Many tax collectors and sinners. Question 9. 9 is general. Question number 9. Question. Who will be brought before governors and kings as Levi, please finish.
Who will be brought before governors and kings as as followers of Jesus? The disciples.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's bonus to Dallas. Your bonus is, who will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles on Jesus' account?
These 12.
That's correct. Question 10. 10 is reference. Question number 10. Question. Finish this verse and give the reference. She will give birth. Dallas.
To a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Matthew chapter 1, verse 18.
I'm sorry. Bonus to Levi. Finish this verse and give the reference. She will give birth.
I have no idea.
Okay. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus because he will save his people from their sins. Matthew 1:21.
What?
I thought that was Dallas's third error. No, it's just only second. Okay. Sorry, I thought there was something scorekeeping going on. But we do need to stop for a score check.
Oh,
so
yeah, Dallas had aired out.
okay,
Yeah.
score check though.
So Lakeholm has 70, Chogan has 50, and Dallas is aired out.
Right. So there is no bonus on his seat.
Nope.
Okay. Do coaches agree with that score check?
Yes.
Okay. Ashlyn, do you agree?
I am quizzing, so I am not keeping score. I trust your judgment and scorekeeping. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Question 11. 11 is general. Question number 11. Question. How are the crowds harassed and helpless? Brianna?
Like sheep without a shepherd.
That's correct. Question 12. 12 is an according to. Question number 12. Question. According to Matthew chapter 12, verse 12, what is lawful? Levi.
It is lawful to heal on the Sabbath.
Can you repeat that?
Heal on the Sabbath.
Time. I'm sorry.
There's no bonus.
And there's no bonus. I was looking for, is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. Question 13. 13 is general. Question number 13. Question. What is in your own eye? Ashlyn.
A plank.
That is correct.
That is my favorite section of Matthew. It's so funny.
I know that one so well. I've known that one since I was like 5 years old. Question 14. 14 is general. Question number 14. Question. How many generations were there from David to the exile? Brianna. Finish.
From David to the exile of Babylon. From 14. 14 generations from David to the exile of Babylon. Right?
Time. That's correct.
Can I get the full question and answer?
Yes, you may. How many generations were there from David to the exile to Babylon? 14.
Okay.
Question 15. 15 is general. Question number 15. Question. Who is hungry after fasting 40 days? Ashlyn.
Is the question complete?
No, I'm sorry, complete.
40 days and 40 nights, Jesus.
That's correct.
And the score is Lakeholm 160, Chogan 50.
Coaches agree?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Question 16, from this point on, all error points are in effect. Question 16, question. Quote Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. Brianna.
You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp or put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the household. In the same
I'm sorry. Is there a bonus on her seat?
Good try.
To Evan.
Or who is it?
Evan.
Evan, your bonus. Quote Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. I mean, unmute if you want to attempt.
No, thanks.
All right, thank you. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Such a beautiful verse, and you were quoting it beautifully, but you ran out of time. I'm sorry. Question 17 is an according to question. Question number 17. Question. According to Matthew chapter 4, verse 17, what has come near? Ashlyn?
The day of the Lord. The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven has come near, has drawn near.
She said that right.
Time. So my scorekeeper was trying to tell me that something. Okay, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Is there a bonus on her seat?
To Nevaeh.
To Nevaeh, bonus to Nevaeh. Your bonus question is, according to Matthew chapter 4, verse 17, what has come near? Is invisible. Nevaeh, could you tell me if you would like to attempt or not?
I'll try.
Okay, you have 10 seconds to answer.
I don't know.
All right. The answer is the kingdom of heaven. Ashlyn, your first answer was not correct, which is where my scorekeeper isn't necessarily fully on the rules. And so he kept on saying, oh, she got it. I was like, no, she didn't get it.
I'm a totally like a person who sticks to the rules. I've challenged for the other team because of rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know I messed up because I quizzed on John. They said Day of the Lord a lot. So
yeah, no, perfectly understandable.
I understand.
Yeah, no. All right, question 18. From this point on, oh wait, no, that's an old rule. Okay, 18 is general. Question number 18. Question. What will also be where your treasure is? That was Levi.
Your heart.
That's correct. Question 19 is the context question. Question number 19. Question. In Matthew chapter 12, what will any of the Pharisees do if one of their sheep falls into a pit? Brianna, please finish.
On the Sabbath, take it out. Take it out of the pit. How is this worded?
Time.
That's
correct.
And that is a quiz out with error.
That's a
Can I
quiz
get
out
the
with
full
error.
question and answer?
Yes, you may, Levi. In Matthew chapter 12, what will any of the Pharisees do if one of their sheep falls into a pit on the Sabbath? Answer, take hold of it and lift it out.
I'll go for the challenge.
All right.
Well, she did not specify any way in which they were like removing it from the pit, like in the exact thing they specify, taking hold of it and pulling it out, which she failed to mention. So I would request that you change your ruling.
Okay, and rebuttal is to Ashlyn.
Okay, so in the verse, the verse is saying is that they would take their sheep out of the pit on the Sabbath and in that way work to bring it out on the Sabbath. It doesn't need this. Sorry,
I have an alarm. That's an alarm on my phone.
Okay. It doesn't need a specific type of how they held it or took it out. The point of the message is they took it out and they lifted it out. It's also just, I don't think any of those are unique words. It's just they brought it out of the pit on the Sabbath that was the point of the message. And yes, she didn't clearly specify it, but she knew where she was coming from. She knew what it meant. She knew what the chapter meant, what the verse was saying. So I think that your ruling should be sustained.
All right, give me like 15 seconds to confer with my content judge. Okay, so I'm going to overrule the challenge. Ashton did a good job on mostly getting what we were thinking, but Brianna said she took it out of the pit, so she got the out part, and we both agree that in order to get something out of the pit, you have to grab hold of it. So it's implied the taking hold part. So good try, both of you. And we are going to go with question 20. Question
Good
20
challenge.
is, yeah, question 20 is general. Question number 20. Question: what suddenly came up on the lake? Ashlyn.
A storm. A big storm. It was pretty big with winds and waves. I mean, the disciples were scared, came up on the boat while they were out sailing on this lake. A big storm. It was a storm. It was a giant storm. And
Time.
You're the one that's done.
That's correct.
Can I ask for the full question and answer again?
Yes, you may, Levi. What suddenly came up on the lake? A furious storm.
I'll challenge again.
Okay.
I think a storm can be big without being necessarily furious. And I think that the storm being furious is pretty key because it is what causes the disciples to be like afraid of it and like go like talk to Jesus. So I think that it's pretty key to the description of the storm. So I believe your ruling should be changed.
Rebuttal?
I mean, I agree. It was a furious storm, but at the same time, I said it was a big storm. There was, waves, and I did mention that the disciples were afraid. And if it being a furious storm was what making them afraid, me saying that they were afraid kind of implies that it was a big storm and that they were afraid of it because of how big and furious it was. So even though I didn't get the exact wording right, the meaning is still there, that it was big enough so that the disciples were afraid. So I don't think that your ruling should be changed because it's a big storm.
Okay, I will consider. Okay. I think again for me, and maybe this is just me as a quiz master, it comes back to like the meaning, and she described the wind and she mentioned that they were scared. And that to me says that she knew that it was a really bad storm. And Well, Fury, like if she had just said bad or big, I would not have counted it. But the fact that she was describing the storm and she mentioned the fear that they had, and even while she was talking, she was like, and it was like so big that they were afraid. Like that to me gets the point across as in a general question. So just Ashley, next time just say the word furious for me. That'll make my job a lot easier.
I am sorry that I can't recite the words on your pages perfectly.
It's fine. Okay, can we get a score check from my scorekeeper, please?
There you go.
Yeah.
Good challenge, by the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through individuals with just correct a number of errors and then say the total score. So Ashlyn was 3 correct, 1 error. Dallas was 2 correct, 3 errors. Brianna was 4 correct, 1 error for a total score of 190. And then we had Neveo with 0 correct, 0 errors, Levi with 3 correct, 2 errors, Evan with 0 and 0, and Izzy with 0 and 0 for a total score of 70. So if you guys agree with that, just let us know.
What was the final scores again? I didn't catch it.
What?
What was the final score, like overall team score? I didn't catch it.
90 to 70.
190 to 70.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I trust your judgment.
Chogan, do you agree?
No. Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much for having a great quiz. Good job on your challenges, Levi. Sorry I couldn't give them to you. And have a good day.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you too. Have a good day. I'll see you later.
I'm more of a strict textualist than I thought.